It's beginning to look a lot like 2015, even though it's still technically 2014. But let's talk about 2014. All right, what's up, everybody? This is our last Let's Talk About of the year, and we are going to talk about the year that we just had.
Yes.
But in particular, before we get to 2015, Kevin and I are going to discuss our top 5 favorite things from this past year in reverse order. I will start. Kevin will go after me. We'll do 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. It's the usual stuff in a list show. But here we go. My number 5 is the Hondo hoverboard. Hoverboard technology is real, Kevin.
It's the future.
It is the future. 2015 is technically the future, and we're almost there. What's exciting is, besides the whole thing connection to Back to the Future, this is real technology that anybody can actually use if they support the Kickstarter. But much like the real hoverboard, it does not work on water or any other surface except for very specialized ones. But hey, we're getting there. We're getting close.
Baby steps.
We're getting closer. All right, Kevin, what's your 5?
My 5th favorite thing was Kerbal Space Program.
Of course it is.
Now, it's been around since before 2014, but it had a great year getting an expansion basically worked on by NASA with their asteroid redirect mission plans. The ESA has also kind of given their blessing and allowed the use of their icons in the game as well. And we've seen physics teachers across the nation use it as well. So one of the jokes that I've heard is that if Kerbal Space Program was in people's 4th grade computer room, they would be astronauts now instead of dying of dysentery.
That'd be awesome. Haha, Oregon Trail.
Yes.
So my 4th favorite thing is last week tonight, which was hosted by John Oliver on HBO. Started this year. It was amazing. I got on the bandwagon late, but it was awesome. It's a great little news show where you get news from the past week, as well as a healthy dose of humor, because as we've mentioned on some of our episodes of shows, news is not always happy. And thankfully, there are people like John Oliver that can still find a way to make you smile after listening to less than happy things like payday loans and what was the other thing? Oh, like the school loans and the Miss America pageant and, stuff like that. So thankfully, he was there to make my week a little bit better, even though the news was not that great. What was yours?
Now, my 4th favorite thing was the movie Interstellar. I think that this movie deserves a lot of credit, not just for being an entertaining movie, but for treating the audience like it's intelligent, that people can actually follow what's happening, and they can approach the topic with mostly accurate physics, and actually have a good, hard sci-fi film out in theaters, making a lot of money. And that really bodes well for future films.
All right, I'm leading off the movie thing here for my number 3. I actually cheated. I picked 2 things. Well, 2 things. I said that Marvel is having a great year movie-wise. Again, that was my 3rd favorite thing, particularly with Captain America and Winter Soldier, which is awesome. And also Guardians of the Galaxy, which was also awesome. What was great was that Captain America 2 proved to be one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time, as well as Guardians of the Galaxy. But it was a brilliantly made sequel. Just I can't wait to see what the Russo brothers end up doing with the 3rd one. All right, Kevin.
So my 3rd favorite thing was season 2 of House of Cards. Now, everyone recognizes that Netflix is basically at the top of their game with that series.
That's true.
But before the 2nd season came out, they just had, the 1st. And so that was their beachhead, and they really needed to establish themselves that they can repeat a good job. And that's what they did in spades. And really, it's going to have great ramifications for other series that Netflix wants to produce in the future.
Yeah, that's exciting stuff. My 2nd thing, Rosetta and Philae, sorry, I always say that wrong. Philae, landing on a comet, 67p, booyah! The humanity is not stopping here on Earth. We are going out there, and we were going to comets, and we were landing on comets, and it was an exciting moment in human history. And the fact that it wasn't NASA, it was ESA, was, I think, even to me, that was still exciting, because it was like, it's not just us, it's not just America that's trying to go out there and do things. It's the whole world. It's exciting. I'm still excited. Still juiced. What's your 2nd?
Now, my 2nd favorite thing is a movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Lego Movie.
Oh, the Lego Movie, yes, of course.
Because it was a movie that, when everyone first saw the trailers, everyone expected it to just be some kind of cash-in. No one really expected it to have a heart and a soul, and basically encourage everyone to build and dream.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the movie did.
Thank you, Chris Pratt. and the directors and writers of that movie because it was amazing. I can't believe that didn't make it on my list. That was probably number 6. And my number one thing was the Star Wars Episode 7 trailer because it has been forever since we've gotten a new Star Wars trailer. It was only 88 seconds, but it was 88 seconds of awesomeness, and it got me super excited for what's to come next year when The Force Awakens. Yeah,
psyched.
That was so good. I'm so excited. You should check out our reaction video. It's the link right there. And what was your number one thing?
Now, my number one favorite thing you've already listed.
I already listed.
Rosetta and Philae.
Ah!
Now, you've talked about how exciting it was, and I want to point out what kind of a social event it was.
Yeah.
Because of Twitter, because of Facebook, because of all these space news fan sites like ours, it became this kind of global phenomenon. And so it wasn't just something that the nerds were interested in. All these normal people that normally, they don't think of themselves as space fans, were seeing all this news about ESA landing something on a comet, and that got everyone so excited.
Right. Yeah.
And that's great.
It's just like, I can sort of relate it to when Sputnik went up, or even when, when the US started putting people into space. It's very exciting. Everyone in the whole world knew about that. When was the last time you heard about a launch that was that important? Like a launch from, a NASA site, besides the things that go
Orion,
wrong, or things going wrong, or Orion. 10 years before this, you probably hadn't heard about when the last space shuttle had taken off, and now you're hearing about when, exciting things like this are happening. So it's cool. We live in a great time. I know there's a lot of terrible things that happen every week, but there's still tons of good things to look forward to.
There's things to be happy about.
Yeah, exactly. And 2015 is right over there, or wherever you want to put your timeline. It's probably that way on your timeline because you usually put the x-axis there. And speaking of over there, that
older videos,
specifically our Brain Tank video from last week, which was I quizzed you on Top Gun, so you should check that out. It was hilarious. But if you want to hear us talk a little bit about the rest of 2014 and a little bit going into 2015, click our faces right now on Let's Talk More. And you can subscribe below. And you can like and comment. What was your favorite thing of 2014? Is it anything that was on our list? I'm sure there are plenty of other things that got you jazzed and excited. So let us know in the comments below because we want to hear about it. That is your job. Comment. I'm telling you, that's what you got to do. So thanks for watching.
Thank you.
And we'll see you out there.